A little over a year ago, I visited Colorado and I shot my last roll of Fujifilm Superia 400, and the results absolutely blew me away. All of the photos that you're seeing right now are on the roll that I shot last August. I love the results so much that I decided to buy a few more rolls of Superia 400. However, finding fresh rolls of Superia 400 proved to be harder than I thought. So instead, I lowballed a bunch of sellers on eBay and I was able to buy a total of 7 rolls of expired Superia 400. And as you can read on there, it says return to Walmart for quality film developing, which I know I wouldn't, and you probably wouldn't trust Walmart to give good results from developing your film, and they'll also throw away your negatives, so I definitely wouldn't trust them. You probably noticed these dots on the photos that I shot last year. However, similar defects appeared on the first roll that I shot this year as well. Similarly to last year, the dots were most apparent at the start of the roll and slowly got less and less noticeable / faded away by the end of the roll. The weird thing is that it only affected the first roll, as the second roll was totally fine, so I'm not quite sure what is causing this to happen because I've only ever had these dots and streaks appear on 2 rolls of Superia that I've shot. And I refrigerate all my film, so I kind of thought maybe it's like a humidity thing. But again, all my film is refrigerated and I've never had this happen to any of my other photos or any of my other rolls of film aside from 2 of the many rolls of Superia that I've shot. So if you have an idea, please let me know, but I genuinely don't know what happened to those 2 rolls in particular. The first couple of images on this roll were shot on the drive up to the hiking area that my brother and I were going to, and I think the photos look pretty good. The Superia is expired, like I've said multiple times, and so it definitely didn't perform as well as the numerous rolls of Superia that I've shot in the past, but I feel like these scenes had relatively low contrast and they had a ton of light, which definitely helped the performance. We continued driving till we got to our hiking area, found parking, and then began our hike. In grand total, I think it was around 5-ish miles at elevation, which I was not acclimated to, which definitely was a shock to my system, but I was okay. It just meant that my heart rate kind of spiked and I was breathing pretty heavy, particularly in the uphill sections, but it was beautiful nonetheless, and I really want to go back. I brought my digital camera along and I shot some pretty similar compositions on both film and digital. So when those come up, I'll put those comparisons on the screen. But speaking of cameras, let me talk about what I have. So all of the film was shot with this guy. This is my Olympus OM1, and on it I have the 24mm f2.8, and the lens that I used, or the other lens that I used, was this guy. This is the Olympus 55mm f1.2. It's an absolutely fantastic lens. And all of my digital stuff was shot on this guy. This is the Fujifilm GFX 100S, and on it I have the 63mm f2.8. So yeah, that is what I shot all these photos on, or these setups are what I shot all the photos that you'll be seeing in this video on. And all the video that you're seeing was shot on my iPhone. If you care about that, I don't know if you do. We continued on our hike and eventually walked into a stream where we hung out for a little bit, took a break, drank some water, ate some food, and I took a bunch of pictures and videos. Shortly after the stream, we found this reservoir where again, we kind of chilled out for a little bit. The water was super cold, but it was really pretty, and that's where I took my last photo on the first roll of Superia 400. I loaded up a second roll and shot a handful more photos while we were at the reservoir. I want to pause on this photo because I feel like it does a good job at showcasing the effects of expired film. Now, yes, I probably did underexpose this photo a little bit, but you can really see all the color shifts, particularly in the shadows and all the increased grain. You know, these are just things that happen when a film ages and most likely wasn't stored properly, because I have shot a handful of rolls, a ton of rolls actually, of expired film that was stored well, like cold stored, and some of them can behave like, you know, fresh rolls of film, but my guess is that these probably weren't stored as they should have been stored. They probably were just kind of left out and found in a closet or something and, you know, sold on eBay. One thing that is pretty evident with the second roll of film is that it needed more color correction. And there were times that I color corrected as much as I could to try to, like, again, I'm saying the word correct a lot, but correct for the shifts in the shadows. But there was a point where I couldn't correct it more without ruining the rest of the image. This is not to say that the photos look bad, but it's just to say that the second roll definitely turned out worse than the first roll in terms of the color shifts and stuff. And so, you know, like I said earlier, maybe I accidentally underexposed the second roll a little bit more than the first. Who knows? But I guess I will say I feel like the second roll definitely had some higher contrast scenes, which definitely did play a part, but, you know, again, I think the photos still look good, but the second roll definitely needed more work in terms of the colors than the first did. I haven't mentioned this yet, but the reason why my brother and I went on this hike is to scout out a bouldering area. We're both climbers, and the area that we were hiking to had some really cool climbs on this massive boulder, and we wanted to check them out. We weren't climbing that day in particular, it was more just to get out, explore, have fun, and check out this really cool, you know, climbing area. So I definitely want to go back because there's definitely some stuff that I really want to try on that boulder. There might be an area behind. Yeah, I had to do like a high foot. Nice. Same. Unfortunately, I didn't really take many videos or photos of the boulder. I did take one photo. I do think it looks pretty cool, honestly. We had some weather that was coming in, and so it kind of really changed the conditions. It went from being really sunny outside to like pretty overcast, and the weather cooled down a bunch. So I think the last couple of images do look pretty cool because of the change in the weather. And due to the weather changing, we decided to head back because we didn't want to get caught in a rainstorm. And I actually wasn't able to finish the rolls I wasn't able to finish the second roll on this hike. I instead finished it by taking two different photos when I did a couple shoot for my brother and his girlfriend. So what are my thoughts on these two rolls of Superia 400? Well, I'll be honest, I won't sugarcoat it. I had pretty high hopes for this film stock. The Superia that I've shot in the past, I've really liked the look of, and I've really enjoyed the results that I've got from it. And so I definitely was hoping to get similar results with these, but I didn't. And I feel like that kind of sums up shooting expired film. Sometimes you get a roll that was stored well and it can behave, you know, great. And sometimes you get rolls that weren't stored that well and you can get kind of results like this that are a little bit more inconsistent. You'll have increased grain, color shifts, things like that. And you know, there's nothing wrong with either, but I feel like maybe I should have adjusted my expectations. Now, before I end this video, I kind of want to quickly talk about my future with film. So I shot these back in August. It was while I'm recording this video, it was almost 2.5 months ago when I shot when I shot these two rolls. And it honestly felt like I was pulling my teeth out to sit down, scan these two rolls, and then convert these two rolls. And while I was converting them, I mean, it just took me a long time to convert them and make myself sit down. I still love shooting film, but honestly, shooting film like I did for this video is probably something that I'm going to try to cut back on a little bit more because while I love the experience of shooting film, I don't love the back end process of it because I develop and scan all my stuff at home. And I, at the same time, don't want to pay someone to do that for me because, I just don't want to pay 20, 25, 30 bucks for someone to scan my film because film is expensive enough as it is. So I'm definitely planning on savoring film. Let me read what I said. I'm still gonna shoot it for photo shoots because when I go on photo shoots and I shoot film, those are some of my favorite images. And those are times that I'm really excited about shooting film because it's for a photo shoot, not just for fun. So I wrote down a list of some things that I'll be happy to shoot film for. So photo shoots, special occasions, I guess I'll just decide what that is in the moment, traveling, or to make a YouTube video like this. But for day-to-day stuff, I'm for sure moving my workflow to all digital because it's just more of an enjoyable experience. And like I said earlier, I love shooting film, but I think I could just broaden that out and say I just love taking pictures. And it doesn't really matter what the medium is. I just like taking pictures, and shooting film adds just so many more steps, so many more layers between the start and finish. It just adds so many more loops to jump through, and that's not really something that I'm super interested about. However, I am planning on getting another digital camera, something that's a little smaller, a little more portable, that I'll be able to use for more day-to-day and like daily shooting, which I'm really excited for. If all goes well, I should have that camera soon, hopefully, and there should be a video about that in, I don't know, 3 or 4 weeks. So stay tuned for that. And I think on that note, I'm going to start wrapping up this video. If you guys like this video or like the photos that you saw and want to check out more of my work, feel free to check out my YouTube channel. I have a ton of videos out. And if you want to check out more of my work that's not here on YouTube, I'll leave my Instagram on the screen right now, as well as a link to my Instagram and my website in the description below. So anyways, thank you guys again so much for watching this video, especially if you made it this far. I really do appreciate it. And I will see you in the next one. Peace.